Adedeji. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Nice to have you join us.
Always nice to be here.
Okay, so what do you make of this alliance? Is it a gang up against President Buhari, like the APC has described
like
it?
the paper has it
Yes.
today. Yeah.
And they can't stop Buhari, according to the APC?
The interesting thing is more like a joke. Ooh. It's not even a gang up. It's a parody of comedy. You see, the thing that these things begin to show us is the kind of antediluvian attitude and putative thinking towards politics.
You're using very strong words.
Honestly, that's how strongly I feel. You see, it is taking the people for granted that we don't think, and truly many times we don't. Because I have sat down and looked at those people. What is the electoral value? Can they win their wards? You see, we have put these people on a pedestal that makes them feel that they're invisible. They're not. You will see what will happen.
People like Olufalaye, for example.
Who the heck is Olufalaye?
Buba Galadima.
Who is Buba Galadima? Look, let us begin to interrogate these things very intellectually. If not because our media is compromised in the attitude of interrogating issues in our country, they should be the people that will be parameters of telling us how people should think, how people should look at issues, not being narrow and parochial because of their personal interests as well, because of the owners of the papers or TV or whatever. For crying out loud, what has look, what do these people do apart from politics? What is their means of livelihood apart from politics? That's what happens. They get to Abuja, they lose their position, they can't leave Abuja. They live on the largesse of government. And you see, what has happened in this country is that people have not noticed is that too many Nigerians have lived off the proceeds of corruption for too long. So in closing the taps that allows the leakages to come, people are worried. I think we should think more of tomorrow than the moment. My child, you see, there's a saying that says, a man that plants a tree does not sit under the shade. That's how we should think. I don't expect whatever I do today to absolutely the beneficiary of what I'm doing. It should be my children. But if all these people in their 50s are, I mean, look at Mr. Obasanjo. It's just a shame that a man that's been a president and that should be, that has an international figure, should be dancing naked in the marketplace of foolishness.
Well, Doctor, I would like to caution you on the use of words, especially when it has to do with persons.
My apologies.
Yes, but let's look at it a little broader. In 2014, we saw this kind of realignment of some groups and other political parties, towards the election in 2015. And it was based on the dissatisfaction of Nigerians at that time. And we saw how Nigerians reacted. If you compare that time to this time now, are the times similar?
No, they're different.
Okay.
They're different. You see, the affection or dissatisfaction that people feel today is more pecuniary, is more immediate, benefits of now, what is the need for me, than thinking. I do understand that Nigerians are dissatisfied. I do understand that people think we should be magical in our approach to the benefits or dividends of democracy. For me, that's not the way to think. I think of things that will benefit a larger population of people on a long-term basis than what comes to me right now. What comes to me right now will dissipate right now because I use it to attend to the moment. You see, the thing,
of course, one could agree with that, but would you say that the foundation for that future benefit is being laid right now in such a way that Nigerians really should not be so concerned about what they get now, but what lies ahead?
No, you know what has happened to us?
Yes.
We don't have too many thinking people who let people see the right things they ought to see. We let people see what should be right. What is the need for me? I mean, look at what has happened in Ekiti. Because the governor does not want the president or people to meet the president or something, and he says, come and park your vehicle in the designated place and take 10,000. Hey, what is 10,000? In the imagination of the future, if he gets 10,000, they'll finish in the park when they eat. And so what happens tomorrow? You see, my problem is this, and that's why it seems that I'm hard, is that we do not have people of vision. That's why the politicians have captured the space and begin to dissipate noise and then damage the vision of people only to cater for today. You know what they do? Look at their own children. Their own children don't school here. They send them abroad to do what? To come back to take over where they are gone. And what happens to the ordinary carpenter, the farmer, and those things? We need to think beyond the moment. That is what bothers me. You know, Mike was saying something about the alliances. You know why the difference is there?
Yeah.
Those parties subsumed their personalities as parties, and then came APC. These ones are still part of their country. Is CUPP registered? Will it be registered? Are they making moves? Let them make moves to register. All of them will begin to, the moment.
Yeah, but then again, does the Constitution actually say or insist that the parties should be registered? I recall when we were trying to clarify that with the INEC chairman,
yes,
Mahmoud Yakubu, he was like, you don't even need to register.
No, the point there
necessarily.
Is, yeah, from
so
the report,
how do you put it on ballot?
Yeah, but the report we're getting is that these political parties may still maintain their original identity.
Yeah, right. That it's not necessarily a merger.
But the idea is that it's a coalition, and they are going to all vote or have one presidential candidate.
You know the danger. You remember when they did it with Falaye as the presidential candidate? How do you attune the voting thinking of the ordinary man to say this person that is here represents all of this and but is in this party? Do you understand? You see, the sophistication of our people voting is still pedestrian.
So in other words, time may not be to the advantage of this coalition.
Obvious.
But what do you make of a statement from this new coalition, the CUPP, that parties shall promote a positive reaction to the failures of the present regime and to give hope to all our people? What is your interpretation of that statement?
My interpretation is, if you want to give me a white dress, I look at what you're putting on. What is the antecedent of them? What have they done to their locality? What have they done where they are at present to make me have hope that they can do what they're saying? PDP was in government for 16 years. There were promises made. What is the difference with the Nigerian? If not because we're people in a hurry and who believe in the magical, you know why I say this? Look at football. Instead of going there to go and play, they're waiting on Mystic Pig. Look, those are the things that those are the things that make me worry for us. We look at the things that are so, I mean, people are getting serious about football. They played and were together for a long time to produce a team. Yes, Mystic Pig can talk, but we will wait to play and then we see what the Mystic Pig says. But we are putting Mystic Pig in front and then waiting to play football.
Eventually
we lost. You know, so we need to get serious as a people.
But let's look at it maybe. Anyway, I understand we're rounding off, but
okay.
When it comes to political parties, some people have said that political parties now don't really have ideologies and they're not working like political parties. But the point is, if all of these things should have happened, if we didn't have the military incursion all the while, our political system would have matured over time.
You see, I don't believe in hypotheses.
Okay.
If we don't have military, we had. People will say, if the British didn't colonize us, we were colonized. Were we the only country that were colonized? Are we the only country that have been governed by the military? We're not. Nigerians give room for excuses. We use crutches when it comes to politics. Oh, this is why it's not happening. This is why it's not happening. The other people that it happened to, Thailand was ruled by a dictator for so many years. See what they did with 12 children and the coach. It is not. It is about the people. You see, Shakespeare said something. He said the fault is not in our stars, but in us as underlings. The day Nigerians sit down and say, let me begin to think and interrogate issues in a manner that gives perspective to good thinking, the difference will become clear. But for as long as we let people, look, people go to a pastor. The pastor says, I will fast for you, for your problems, and you believe him. And that is what is happening.
Okay, now the APC has responded by going into a coalition with 20 other political parties. How about that?
It's all a game of numbers.
Okay.
I'm not an APC person.
Yeah.
I'm a Buhari person. Whether it's APC, if he goes to APC, whatever he does. You see, because mine is about belief in what a capacity is. These political parties are just like football teams that change their uniforms when they want to play. If you're playing today, you can wear blue, which is Chelsea, you can wear. That's what this Nigerian political party, until we're matured enough to have people who do other things apart from politics, and then who think, Nigerian politicians are not philosophical. How many of them can
But does
speak?
it matter that this new coalition is saying, look, we're going to do restructuring, we're going to do zoning of political and elective offices and all of that?
Because that is the fancy...
to the Nigerian?
For me, those are buzzwords that will capture the sentiments of some people. But show me the structure, show me the foundation.
Adedeji is a medical doctor and political affairs analyst. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
The pleasure remains mine. My apologies again for my strong words.
It's all right. Thank you very much for that concern. Let's go on a short break, and then we come back to talk about other areas of politics as well. Stay with us.